Okay, so today I'm going to be going over the trade that I took yesterday on Friday, May 16th. Yeah, May 16th. All right. So, to start off, one thing that I was noticing this week was that price was tending to make its move later on in the day. Um, so, yeah, the days previous, it wasn't executing like a big move during the ideal time that I would have traded. It was waiting till like a little later in the day by like an hour or two when I was already off the charts. And I would notice that when I would go back and just look to see what price did for that day. So today I actually waited until these Asia and London session lows got swept. So yeah, like I said, it was later in the day. Normally I would take it at like between 9:50 to like 10:30, and then after 10:30 I would hop off. But this time took it at, what time is that? All right, whatever. I can't see it. But so yeah, I took it around here because I saw these get swept. So to start off, we had this tiny little. I mean, it wasn't that small, but I had a little fair value gap. Hold on, I'm gonna pause this recording real quick. Okay, so yeah, I had to get the toolbar because my laptop is right in front of me, but I'm looking at it on a monitor. So I had to get out all my tools and stuff. So we had this little fair value gap that ended up getting inversed immediately, which is our first sign of a reversal after the sweep, of course. And then, so yeah, step one, sweep. Step two, IFVG in this case. And so from here, I was scoping out the 1 minute and the 2 minute, I believe, because we don't actually have. Yeah, we don't have much of anything. Technically, I've seen people call this an order block. So we do get a retracement into that immediately, but I'm not sure if that's what I waited for or not. But yeah, let me scale down. So yeah, on the 2 minute, we actually had this little fair value gap that ended up getting filled. And then I entered off this one, supposedly. So yeah, on the 1 minute, we inversed this fair value gap, but not sure what I had marked out to get me there. But yeah, I was pretty sure that we were gonna go up. So this would probably be like a B plus setup, or not even a, more like a B. So yeah, I entered off here, and then I was risking pretty heavy. So I had a somewhat tight stop loss over here, 30 points. And I was doing 2 mini contracts because I had 4 evals that I wanted to pass today because I did not want to pay that rebill, rather activate them. The only thing is that trading has not been like so great the past couple days in terms of getting setups. Like, I've been disciplined, but I just can't find setups, or they just don't. I mean, no, I just can't find setups. Like, that's it. So yeah, throughout this trade, I ended up adding to my position down here, which is probably what really allowed me to pass my evals. So we come up here, and then price is scaring me because like it's late already in the day, so it's moving really slow. And then we're making all these fair value gaps. We're coming down. We're filling them. We're like this one right here, and then this one it was a chop range for a little bit, but eventually we broke out. So yeah, like I said, we were filling a lot of fair value gaps on the way down and up, and eventually, like right here, I was like at 3,000, and then I exited my position, and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just re-enter. And then price went down here. I tried not to get emotional, but actually no, but I didn't get emotional. Really, I was just super nervous. Didn't really do anything about it though. So yeah, price went down here, and eventually we did get the 3,000, and I was able to get out of there. So yeah, that's it for this trade. Let me see if I can figure out what I entered off of. Where did it go? So yeah, IFVG. And there's no fair value gaps here. Yeah, no. I think I might have scaled down and used the 2-minute because I've seen people using the 2-minute before. So I wanted to try it out. I should get this fair value gap fill right here. But that doesn't make sense. Then I should have entered off of this candle. No, then I would have had to. Nah. So yeah, we get that for value gap fill, and then right here we get an inverse. So I think that's what I took. I need to back test the 2-minute more, but yeah, I received some advice that was just like to size heavier and to take more risky setups. And honestly, I agreed with that because I did not want to pay the rebill if I was like, I knew I could pass them. I just don't want to pay the rebill and then pay the activation fee. So like, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take a slightly riskier setup. And the way this was riskier was just because I don't normally use the 2-minute. I would normally just use the 5-minute and then scale down to the 1-minute. But honestly, I feel like I need to start utilizing the lower time frames before I get a confirmation to move down to them, because sometimes price just doesn't play out like that. Today, or Friday, where the heck did it go? I could have said this was like a order block fill. And then if we had that order block fail, technically would have scaled down to the 1-minute and waited for. I think these were the ones that filled the order block. So yeah, we had an IFVG right here. It would have taken a bit longer, but we would have got a slightly better entry. And then I've even been thinking, like, what if I add another step, just because price loves to retrace to my stop loss and like edge it. So if we make another fair value gap on the way, I could wait for that to get filled. And in this case, it actually got inverse, but we already took down all the objectives to the downside, and we were super bullish. I knew we wanted higher, and then if I actually let this trade play out like I should have, then this would have been a 100-point trade instead of just however much this was. Yeah, like 46 points. Because we did actually end up hitting this London high before we dumped down for the rest of the day. But yeah, that was not a bad trade. Yeah, could have banked heavy on this. Just tap that and then dip. So yeah, this trade, I took it on 4 evals. I passed 4 evals. Actually, I took it on 5 evals. I passed 4. The thing was that I was connected to TradingView, so my sizing got messed up when I tried to trim. So there's that. So past 4 evals, made $3,000 on each account, but it's still an eval, so it doesn't matter right now. All that matters is that it passed. So yeah, I was pretty happy about this. It was just scary because it kept on hitting like 3K and then not. Like, it was like $3,017. Like, I couldn't close the position. So yeah, that's just it for this trade. But yeah, now I'm funded $200,000. Soon to be 250,000. But yeah. All right, peace.